Alabama shooting up the charts in team rankings, and all of a sudden they're number 2 and number 3 and the most credited recruiting services after this weekend in Tuscaloosa. We'll get into that. How about Faizon Brandon, the number 1 quarterback in 2026, making a visit to Tuscaloosa? Is Alabama in the mix for him? And Zion Grady from Alabama to Ohio State. What's going on there? We're going to get into that and more right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Share with your Bama friends. We appreciate all you guys for being here and hanging out with us. Roll Tide, everybody. Let's get this thing started. Roll Tide, everybody. There he is, Brett Elmore. You know him as Big Sexy Elmo or Big Elmo here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. I'm just a regular old broadcaster, Mick, on the socials. Mick Gillespie talking Alabama, as we do every single day. Brett, your hair looks amazing. And Alabama's recruiting is amazing as well. Kalen DeBoer has them up as the number 2 class according to 24/7 Sports. Ohio State 1, Bama 2. Look out, the number 1 in the SEC now.
Number 1, numero uno in the SEC. I love it. And Georgia and Auburn. Look at Auburn. Not too far behind. But I tell you what.
Where'd they come from?
Where did they come from? I love it, though. I love it. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me, you know what I'm fixing to say. It reminds me of the Jeffersons. We're moving on up. Moving on up. Moving on up, baby.
George and Wheezy. Isn't that George and Wheezy?
That is me. Whenever we get a brand new recruit, that is me. I love it. But anyway, no, this is great. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, and it's so exciting coming off these big recruiting weekends. To hear the news of, you get all that juicy gossip and how well everything went, and the players, the videos that are shared on Instagram and all this other good stuff. I mean, Bama's they're positioning themselves to lock in possibly a number 1 recruiting class. And there you see. Is that on 3 there?
That's on 3, yeah. Has LSU ahead of Bama, and then ahead of Georgia, Bama, and then Clemson. So, yeah, it's all about the guys that rate the prospects. But Ohio State, you got to give them credit, man. They're the consensus number 1 right now. They've come into the state of Alabama, Brett, and I don't know how they're doing it, maybe with some hard, cold cash. But they've signed now 2 of the best players out of this. They were not signed, but have gotten commitments from 2 of the best players in the state. As 4-star Edge Zion Grady commits to Ohio State. Was Bama interested in this guy?
I don't know. We'd talked about him a little bit. He's from Enterprise, Boll Weevil country. Yeah, he commits, and he's 6th in the state. And so Ohio State's snagged so far, as far as commitments, 2 of the top players in the state, top 10 players in the state, including the number 1 player in the state, and Naeem Offord, of course, the kid we talked about from over at Parker, the 5-star. So gotta lock down that state border, baby. I'm telling you, you talk about it a lot, about locking down the borders and keeping these kids at home. And man, when you have Ohio State coming in here and snagging 2 of the top 6, I don't like that.
No, and this is becoming an issue now for Alabama. Caleb Downs went to Ohio State. That was Bama's best player. And now they've taken 2, or at least they've got commitments from 2 of the best players in the state of Alabama. And Alabama, according to On3, was up until he committed, had a higher percent they got him at the prediction meter, 38%, and Ohio State 32%. But maybe a little of that NIL cash convinced him to go to all the way up to Ohio.
Maybe so. But,
Money
just like
talks,
relationships, commitments are made to be broken, I guess. That could very well happen. I don't know.
Well, it's a tough one, and we'll see what happens before it's all said and done. But one guy that Alabama is trying to net in for the 2026 class is a 5-star quarterback, Faizon Brandon from North Carolina.
Yeah, this guy's 6'4", 195. He's of the class of 2026. Now, everyone has him pretty much crystal balled to go up to Tennessee to play for the Volunteers. He's going to be announcing August 3rd. So we'll know where he goes here in a little over a month, I guess. But Alabama has been after this guy. He also plays basketball, pretty good basketball player as well. He posted a 13-1 record as a first-year starter, leading his team to the quarterfinals of the state playoffs there in North Carolina. I think they played 4A ball there, his high school, and his 69% on his completion rate, over 3,000 yards and 36 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions. And he also has wheels, which is always nice. 528 yards, 9 touchdowns. So pretty good athlete. A lot of the signs are pointing toward Neyland Stadium, and so who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll keep an eye on this, and then we're on recruitment watch right now. Commitment watch. Like there's some guys that are going to make their decision here this week, and so maybe by the time you're watching this, some guys have already dropped their commitments, and then we're keeping an eye on that. Sometimes it's in weird hours, which has been kind of different, like, like,
yeah,
hey, it's 11:58. Oh, so-and-so's coming to Bama. But as long as they're coming to Bama, I don't think any of us care,
No, we'll jump up and we'll do whatever we have to do.
How about Micah Dubose? Ryan Williams talking in Bryant-Denny Stadium. He's like, hey, my guy's going to come up here and say something. He gets up there. And he's like, coming to Alabama. Like, I'm committed to come. Like, what timing? That just goes to show you, like, everybody's cheering. Everybody's fired up. You just don't know when these guys feel comfortable with deciding where they're going to go, when they know where they want to be and are basically jumping on to try to win a national championship out of school. And you hope that it's Alabama, because that's, what basically has made Alabama what it is. And that's a dynasty, getting guys that want to come and not only, you got the NIL situation, but also to win. That's kind of been the process at Alabama. Do things the right way, learn how to do things the right way, and in the process win.
Yeah, that's right. Sort of like Caleb Cunningham said the other day, their motto is built by Bama. Why not be built by Bama?
Oh, no doubt. Guys, I want to tell you something before Brett takes over the show and tells you everything that's going on in the world today and who's had a birthday. I want to tell all of you to take advantage of this promo code right now. And you get 25% off at New Life Art when you use the promo code Bama Tailgate. Take advantage of that, man. It's a great promo code. 25% off, excluding the new releases. But you look in Brett's man cave back there in his man room when he's got the 85-inch television, and he's got the bar. It's totally stocked, and the refrigerator that stays stocked as well. Brett's a big fan of chips, and he's got like chips. Like if you were going into the grocery store, you can just pick a bag out and go sit down on the couch with it, as long as you don't wipe your hands on the couch cushions
or your feet
too. He's really big on that. But guys, promo code Bama Tailgate gets you 25% off. I see the 2009 print. I see Rocky Block back there, and you can get all of those right now. 25% off New Life Art with the promo code Bama Tailgate. All right, let's switch gears. When we come back, this show is going to be taken over by Brett. It was always, and it is every day, brought to you by Pearl River Resort over in Philadelphia, Mississippi. You got Boys to Men coming on July 5th. You got Big and Rich coming on July 6th. All of that's going to be an incredible good time at Pearl River Resort as they celebrate 30 years of having the property up and going. They got a water park. They got Dancing Rabbit Golf Course, which is the Augusta you can play. If you put $50 at the sports book, you can play you can play the golf course for $40. And then table games and slots. Hey, they're available too. It's a really fun place to go. Hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 hours from, anywhere around really anywhere, really Birmingham, maybe a little bit longer, but it's a short drive from, anywhere in the state of Alabama. All right, guys, when we come back, it's going to be Brett, and he takes over the show.
To Pearl River Resort.
Wait a minute. The West Jasper 7 didn't have their big debut. Mick Gillespie, are you sabotaging this program? Because I have been trying to get the West Jasper 7 to open up for Boys to Men.
Nothing's working right today.
Nothing's working right today. Hey, let me look.
They call him Big Sexy. Coming at you from the Walker County. Jasper is his hometown. He's known for giving free rundowns. Oh, Big Sexy. Throwing out those Alabama thoughts. Sneaking out your mom's window without getting caught. Nick gives you the XP, but Big Elmo is here to please. Big Sexy Elmo on the Bama Tailgate Show.
Okay. All right.
Your turn.
My turn yet?
It's just a disaster.
You need to call the front desk and have them come fluff those pillows and make that bed. They haven't even been in yet.
Look at this beautiful room.
Yeah. You fluff pillow? Okay. Let's see here. What day is it? Where are we at? Today is, of course, the 25th day of June. And Carly Simon is celebrating a birthday today. You remember Carly Simon? She's 81.
Yeah. Wasn't she married to Paul Simon?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure she was.
She was married to someone famous, the musician. You could look that up while I talk about Jimmy J.J. Walker.
Oh, yeah, I love him. Dynamite.
What a great show. Actor and comedian. Can you believe that Jimmy J.J. Walker is 77 today?
No, I can't, actually.
That is unbelievable. Ricky Gervais, the actor, creator of The Office, 63 today.
Oh, yeah. She was married to James Taylor.
James Taylor. There you go.
Yeah,
James Taylor. I remember it was one of those softer rock ballad type guys like her. Let's see. Who else is celebrating a birthday? Actually, nobody of interest. Today, if you're looking for something to celebrate, it is Boudin Day.
Like the Louisiana sausage Boudin.
Mm-hmm.
I go to this tailgate at Alabama games, and our friend Cheryl Yingling's friends, and they make a homemade Boudin, and it's pretty good.
Some good Boudin is really, really good.
Yeah, right across from the quad. Like it's a fun tailgate because the food's good.
Today is also Gin Day.
Like gin and juice. Was gin and
gin and
juice was is that your favorite all-time rap song? Because that is a classic with
that's a classic. That's a classic.
What's Snoop Dogg's real name?
Probably John Smith or something.
No, it's like not. That. Come on, you don't know the answer to this.
As soon as you tell me, I'll know. I'll remember. Let's see. What is Snoop Dogg's real name?
Calvin Brodus Jr.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Snoop Dogg.
Because he had a son play for who? USC?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Great song though, Gin and Juice. And it starts with you hear something pouring.
Yeah.
I always thought somebody was taking a leak.
You're like, why is someone taking a leak here?
Are they pouring the gin and juice or are they going to the bathroom?
I like your version better. Probably going to the bathroom.
You know the song?
Gin and Juice?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, just making sure because you were acting like you didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah, Gin and Juice. I mean,
laid back. Do you have your mind on your money or your money on your mind?
Let's see. Mind on your money or money on your mind? Probably money on my mind. I'm trying to get a little bit raised up around here. Let's see. Yeah, and he's got his own bowl game.
Oh, the guy's killing it now. I mean, like he's out of rap. He does like some songs, but I mean, he's got his hand in like the marijuana industry. Like he's selling these like stoves that you can cook. Like he's got like chips and drinks and stuff. I mean,
I texted you those chips.
He did. His chips.
I went to visit Mick up in.
They better have a lot of flavor.
In the Smoky, in Smokiesville up there in Tennessee. And I was sitting outside the hotel and this kid walks by and he has this, I say a kid, he was probably he was a kid. He was about 15 probably. And he was eating these chips and I noticed they had like Snoop Dogg on it. And I said, "Hey, what are those?" And he said, "Oh yeah." He said, I get these in South Carolina where I'm from. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And anyway, a few minutes later, he came back by. I guess he felt sorry for me, or maybe I was still maybe wearing the clothes that I slept in, and he thought I was homeless, so he gave me a bag.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did. He came by and gave me a bag. I was like,
"That's cool.
Yeah, good on you." Today is Goat Cheese Day. Isn't that what they make? Isn't that the stuff you get at the Mexican restaurant?
I don't know. I've had it before, and it's actually pretty good, but it's not
queso.
something I would ever order.
You don't like queso?
No, I do, but I mean, I just wouldn't be like, "Hey, give me some goat cheese," but I've had it before.
Oh, no. Today is, speaking of, where's our friend at? It's National Catfish Day.
Oh, catfish. Catfish, I think because he does mortgages, he won't come on because we call him Catfish, but that's his nickname. It's not that he's a catfish mortgage guy.
Right.
I told you this story before. It's because his dad kept calling our limo driver Catfish.
That's
and
funny.
It made me laugh so hard that I just started calling him Catfish. And I call his dad Catfish, and his brother we call him Mudcat. So we call his dad actually OG Cat, and then Chad's Catfish, and then his brother is Mudcat.
Nice.
Yeah.
The whole family of cats.
The whole family of catfish.
Family of them.
We'd love to have him back, though. He didn't leave on bad terms.
No, he's just too busy for us, Mick.
Too busy.
1876, Battle of Little Bighorn takes place.
Yeah, it sounds like a history question. And
it's
obviously,
the 7th Cavalry under Lieutenant Colonel General George Custer. He's wiped out by the Sioux and the Cheyenne. Custer was also killed. Yeah,
it reminds me of this battle in Vietnam. Our friend was in Forest, and he was out there, and Bubba got shot, but he pulled Bubba out, and Dan, who was in charge of the whole operation, got his legs blown off, but pulled him out of it as well.
Yeah, and later on, when they were like in the infirmary, he was trying to give him some ice cream, and he didn't want any.
He didn't want any of the ice cream, did he?
He didn't want the ice cream. Let's see what else happened this day. Singer George Michael was born this day, 1963. Of course, he died back in 2016.
I love George Michael, man. He was good.
1984.
Careless Whispers.
Oh, yeah. Careless Whisper, great song. Another great artist, 1984. Prince releases his album Purple Rain.
Prince and Michael Jackson kind of had this thing, and it wasn't like a real rivalry. It was just that they were the two best in the business for a long time, and they would kind of go back and forth. Both of their music, holds up. I know the whole thing about Michael Jackson. You guys don't have to tell me in the comment section again. He's dead now. I mean, so it's not like you're going to corral him and put him in jail, Prince, I heard stories where like you'd go to a Prince concert and he'd want to perform in the dark, it's like, but they're not paid to see you actually perform, but I guess it's because you'd have to pay attention to the music. Who knows? But Purple Rain is still great. He's still amazing. His music still holds up.
I went to a concert one time where they performed completely behind one of those and did the shadow curtain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't a Prince show, but you have not seen my notes. And it's odd you bring up Michael Jackson because it was this day in 2009 that Michael Jackson passed away at the age of 50.
I'll never forget it. And I was doing a baseball game, and I walked down to the batting cage before the game, and I was, during batting practice in Montgomery. We were in Montgomery, and I was like, "Hey, man, did you hear that Michael Jackson died?" And everybody's like, "No way!" And it was like, "Yeah, I mean, just crazy, But he had a lot of stress in his life. I mean, he had a lot of stuff going on, and who knows what really happened, but with him. But it's a lot of shady stuff seemed to be going down. The guy was a great artist, though. When I was a kid, my first album was Thriller, and you and I were in the shop yesterday, and I even found the Thriller in the vinyl section. I opened it up. That was my first. I got that and Quiet Riot on the same day back on my birthday one year.
Yeah, it's odd how you remember stuff like that where you were. I was at the radio station, and so I remember it was like between 3 and 4 o'clock because I was about ready to go home for the day. And I was sitting in the production room and I looked, and the news came across that Michael Jackson had, at that time, it was rumored that he had died. And then the news finally, it came out that, yes, they confirmed it. And so I went on the air and talked about it and, started playing a little Michael Jackson, and it was just a crazy, crazy afternoon there in 2009. But yeah, I remember it very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
That's a look at this day in history, my friend.
All right, guys. Well, roll tide, everybody. We'll get back at it again tomorrow. Have a fantastic day, and hopefully your equipment works better than ours today because nothing worked.